Listen, man, I'm gonna make this one a little bit quick. I just made a whole video and it got deleted by accident. But, anyways, we're gonna get right to it. ILUS, one of the biggest updates today. Not as far as just news and big news, but just a huge update solidifying the fact that I need more shares of ILUS. This update here on ILUS solidified the fact to me why I need more shares besides me having over 700,000 shares. Besides the fact that I have 75 grand in it right now. At one point I had over 300,000. But I need more. This, in my opinion, is the general of the OTC. Speaking of generals, big shout out to General Venom X YouTube channel. I wouldn't even know about this update if it wasn't for you. I would have known eventually. But I found out today because of you. And I want everybody here to go tune in to my man General Venom X YouTube channel. Let's get him to 1,000K subscribers. Let's get him monetized. Great information on that channel. Salute to you. I told you. I keep my word. G. Also, make sure you tune into my guy. Oh crap, what's next? Holy crap. Listen, I keep messing up. I know you crap, but something crap. Tune into him as well. Great information. Let's get him monetized. Let's get this money. I want us all to win. Listen, this update here solidified the fact to me that besides AITX, ILUS will be one of the biggest companies in the OTC. You guys already know this. But with this update here, I need more shares. Listening to what Nick Link said here. And we're going to get to it. While we're listening to this video, we're going to open up some more Pokemon packs. We're going to open up some more Pokemon, right? While we're listening to this video, and we're going to touch on it. We're going to touch on all the main points that Nick had. Listen, I want to give out these Pokemon. I gave out all my Pokemon. Last month. I was going to give it to you guys, but you guys wasn't respecting my Pokemon videos. So I gave him to one of my best friend's son. I gave him all the cards. That's what I felt like doing. That's what I did. But I want to give these cards away to you guys, and just to prove that to you guys. This whole box I'm giving out. I got a Metagross here. I'm giving out random. Let's get to just quick random people here. The top two. I'm going with the top two. Listen, this order's always going to switch. But I'm going with the top two. Dennis Fields and Devanin Salic. This is the top two. Listen, I don't know what that yellow thing means, but if you send me $10, if that's what that means, appreciate you, man. Thank you. So both of these people, Dennis and Devon, hit me on IG, DAG13R. I'm giving you, well, I got 5 cards. I got 6 cards. I'm going to have 6 rare cards in total, 3 and 3. Send me your address. I'm sending you cards. DAG13R on IG. Let's get to this video. This Nick Link update. Solidifying the fact that this is the general of the OTC alongside AITX. Let's get right to it, man. Pay attention what he's saying. Pay attention. Those of you that just want to see the Pokemon, make sure you watch that video again. Go subscribe to ILUS International YouTube page to see it for yourself. But pay attention what this man is talking about. He comes through with everything that he says. This company, in my opinion, will be not just the biggest in the OTC, but the biggest in the world. Let's get to it.
And at 13. directly with you guys. So I just thought we would do a little catch up on all the different topics of where we are, all the milestones. As a team, we're ploughing forward as fast as we can on every topic. Everything we've put out has or is about to materialize. Although we may have got a slight slippage in the odd area, a lot of the areas we're actually far ahead of where we expected to be. So I think all in all, we're in good shape. We're in really, really good shape, and we're looking really forward to the rest of 2022. We've been working really hard through 21, building the foundations, which are really paramount to a successful business. I know sometimes in the OTC people get impatient with expecting instant results and expecting instant 1000% increases. Ultimately, those of you that are in business or have business or anything to do with the business will know it doesn't work like that. You always have a business plan of A to B, and there's usually a few stopovers in between A and B. That's just how business goes. And the successful ones are the ones that are patient, persistent, and really believe in what they're trying to do, and ultimately have a good solid team around them. And that team involves shareholders, insiders, outsiders, the actual management team, and the staff all the way to the bottom of the food chain, the ones that are sweating on the production floor. And I'm pleased to say that I believe we have a very, very strong team in all areas, and we hiring ferociously in both in the US and in Dubai, and in Eastern Europe to expand our business footprint and expand the different parts of the business, being three sort of categories: one being the manufacturing, two being the distribution, which is the actually getting the products into the market, and three being the technology enhancement. So technology enhancement is obviously fundamental for our longer term plans. We're certainly not out there to be a one-trick pony, bring one product to market, and once that's in the market, we're going to sit back and relax. It's certainly not our game plan. So anyway, more on the different milestones to come. So just to talk a little bit about the deals on the table at the moment, they have been, some of them have been introduced on, PRs over the last coming weeks and months. There'll be more news on those again over the next week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks out. It's sort of a steady flow of deals. As you know, we sort of closed the first round of acquisitions early part of this year during the first quarter. Some of them dragged over to early part of this quarter, but ultimately we delivered on all the deals that we said we would. So
delivered on everything
going forward,
they said they would.
Our strategy still remains very clear. We're acquiring manufacturing opportunities to expand our footprint and our global opportunity. We're expanding in the distribution sector, where we're looking to acquire distribution businesses that have got routes to market and stable customer bases that allow us to put all of our products through those distribution channels, which will allow us to increase our revenue quickly. And the third thing is the technology enhancement. This particular round of acquisitions is heavily focused on the technology side of things. That's particularly where we're going to get more longer upturn valuations, but ultimately they help to glue the whole picture together. We've spoken about our IoT platform, we've spoken about wildfire in the past, we've spoken about all the problems that the world is facing. So this round of acquisitions is very much geared toward that sort of strategy. And we've as I think we've spoken before in the shareholders meetings and some of our shareholder catch-ups, we're always at any one time working on a number of deals, of which minority make it through the due diligence process. But once they've sort of reached to the due diligence process, the final due diligence process, we've agreed terms, heads of terms, we've signed a letter of intent. That's sort of the time that we'd sort of first make you guys aware of the actual deal or the deal structures or sort of the actual deals that are coming up. We typically we're not telling you just the deals that we're talking about, because there's hundreds of them, well not hundreds, but certainly tens. I know we've mentioned some of these deals, but we've got some deals coming through in the wildfire sector. There's two particular ones that we look at and pretty close to. I think we may get announcements in the coming days, all being well. And those would give us a global footprint into 2 or 3 continents. And wildfire is obviously one of the fastest growing sectors in the market. And pretty much as you're following the news, there's California fires going, there's all sorts of fires going globally again as we go into the summer months, so the problem gets worse. And the wildfire technology businesses that we're looking at are very much technology orientated, but they've got real scale and are very scalable.
Let's go.
As terms of selling globally, specifically into the US market and South America.
Globally, US, South
in the way those
America.
deals are going, and that would again fall into place with allowing us, to use our drones and
Wildfire is getting crazy, man, all over.
Some of our wildfire trucks, some of the equipment that Bullhead manufactures, some of the equipment
Terrible
that Georgia
box
Fire
so far. We got one more pack.
So we're happy with those sort of plans, and then we've got some communication, specialist communication in the fire and rescue sector businesses that we're exploring. So that would fall into our IoT sort of longer term strategy, longer term plans. And as you know, we've got the joint venture partnership with 911 and Form. So again, you can sort of see how all the pictures of the pieces of the puzzle come together. So that those are all going. Then we're working on a significantly big deal, which we've mentioned before. It's into the hundreds of millions of revenue. It's not the one that we've been mentioning, for in terms of an uplist, but it's an opportunity that's come along that would suit our business very, very well. We've explored it. We are pretty close to agreeing terms with the board, with their board. We're not there yet, so don't get me wrong. We've still got some hurdles to overcome, but we're pretty sure of the way we're structuring it and the way we're planning to do the deal that we can pull it off, and it will probably be very beneficial to us, and certainly beneficial to the overall balance sheet of ILUS. And some parts of that business will be very suitable for the ERT business as well, to allow us to expand that manufacturing footprint much quicker than we initially had anticipated, specifically around the oil and gas sector. So, those are some deals.
Guys, let's get to the end.
In the short, medium term.
Watch this whole video. If you're a real ILUS shareholder, or you're really looking to get into ILUS, go to ILUS International YouTube channel. Go to ILUS International YouTube channel and watch that update he put out today. If you're a real shareholder or you're really looking to get into it, and we're gonna get to the end. We're going to get to the end of this video, and I want you guys to pay attention what he's really saying.
Going forward, particularly concerned about it. So, the knock-on effect to the short-term share price, it is what it is. We know where we're trying to go. We know certainly in the next short term, I know we normally talk medium long term, but certainly in the next short term, there's a lot of extremely exciting things to come out. There's some extremely exciting news features to be announced. Pretty much most of them and are expecting. You don't know the details, but you're expecting the details of the news to be announced, which we are almost at the point of doing, which we would naturally expect. Hopefully should have some type of effect, and as the market is sort of starting to stabilize, hopefully. And people start to consider carefully what types of stocks they're going to invest in. We would hope we become an attractive proposition to investors, the current investors, to stay longer, and also to outside investors who may don't know the details, but you're expecting the details of the news to be announced, which we are almost at the point of doing, which we would naturally expect,
coming.
Hopefully should have some type of effect. And as the market is sort of starting to stabilize, hopefully, and people start to consider carefully what types of stocks they're going to invest in, we would hope we become an attractive proposition to investors, the current investors, to stay longer, and also to outside investors who may take a careful look at their portfolio and actually decide that we actually look like a pretty good option. So, yeah, as I said earlier, we're not there to let's say promote or trade the share price. That's not our job. That's very much your job, but it is our job to deliver a good, solid business that makes you want to invest in us, and that we are doing and will continue to do. Right, just to touch base on the SS update, which is obviously the much discussed topic continually, and and understand, we all understand, as the board and the management, that it's frustrating for you guys, sometimes investing what you feel blindly because you're not actually sure what's going on behind the scenes or under the covers. We've laid out our points pretty clear, repetitively on numerous occasions and consistently. Our goal is still to get the SS as close to 1 billion as we can. So, and as we've mentioned before, there was a reason why we didn't allow the OTC to connect with the TA correctly, continually, and have continual updates, because there were multiple movements up and down continually, and we didn't want the market to be, excited on one day when there was a reduction, and then crying the next day when there was an increase, and excited the next day, because it has been a roller coaster as we remove and increase shares. It's both ways. But our ultimate goal with our planning is we're hoping we're going to get somewhere around $1 billion, $1.1 billion, which we're not a long way off. Bear in mind the disclosure that was put out for Q1 end was at the 31st of March. So since then, there's been a whole bunch of reductions. So we're more or less on track with where we've said we're going to be. And the OTC has been instructed to now update. So I think that may come through, I don't know exactly, usually they do it on the 15th and the 1st of the month. The OTC and the TA, that connection has now been reconnected. So it may come through sooner, it may come through on the 1st. We've instructed them if they can do a manual update, they will. However, that's a little bit out of our control. Since the March end, there has been another 120 million shares off the SS. So, ultimately we're going to be roughly where we said we were. And regarding the share lockup, which is sort of comes under the same topic, it's a work in progress, and it's also critically about timing, and it's critically about us being able to present the full picture to investors to make it attractive. We don't want to put out and say, there's a share lockup available and this is how it's going to work, and the market's in a turmoil. Our share price is not where we want or expect it to be. And then a lot of shareholders saying, well, I'll probably pass on this one, maybe I'll look at the next time.
Guys, listen, I'm not gonna listen. I jumped into the most uninteresting part of the video for some weird reason. Go listen to that whole video, please. You'll understand why ILUS will be one of the biggest companies, in my opinion. That's all, man. Basura Pokemon cards messed up the whole video. I wanted you guys to listen to the best parts, but it's hot as hell. So you guys go watch that for yourself. It's only 25 minutes, and you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. That's all I want to say. Salute, guys. Appreciate you watching. If you're still here, I'll get back with you.